I reviewed over 100 indoor cats recently, and what I found was shocking. Most looked perfectly healthy, but inside, they were silently suffering. Dehydration, kidney stress, hidden pain, all going unnoticed. Now be honest. Tell me at the end, how many of these silent mistakes are you making? Let's uncover them. Mistake 1. Same food. Every single day, you found a food your cat likes, so you stick with it. Seems logical, right? Wrong, dead wrong. Cats in the wild rotate prey constantly. Their gut is designed for variety. When you feed the same protein every single day, their digestive system slowly loses the ability to process anything else. Their gut bacteria collapses. Their immune system weakens from the inside out. Vets call it nutritional narrowing. It's one of the leading hidden causes of early organ failure in indoor cats, and it's happening in millions of homes right now. The fix? Rotate between 2 or 3 proteins. Mix wet food into their meals. Give their body something to adapt to. But here's what's wild. What your cat is drinking might be doing even more damage than what they're eating. And the answer has nothing to do with the water itself. It's where you're placing it. The water bowl next to the food bowl. Looks responsible, feels thoughtful. Biologically, it's a trap. Cats are hardwired to avoid water near their food. In the wild, water close to a kill means contamination, bacteria. So your cat sees that bowl sitting next to their food, and their instinct tells them not to trust it. They drink less. Sometimes barely at all. And chronic dehydration in cats leads directly to kidney disease, the #1 killer of indoor cats worldwide. Most owners don't realize there's a problem until the vet delivers news they weren't ready for. Move the water bowl to a different room. Entirely. Better yet, get a cat fountain. Moving water triggers their instinct for a fresh, safe source. Hydration improves immediately. One small change. Enormous impact on how long your cat lives. But mistake number 3 hits different because it doesn't look like neglect at all. It looks exactly like love. A boring, empty, silent home all day. You leave for work. Your cat is alone. Silent apartment. Nothing to watch, nothing to chase, nothing to hunt. For 8, 9, 10 hours straight. You think they're just napping peacefully. They're not. They're mentally deteriorating. Vets call it chronic environmental stress. And it doesn't just wreck their mood. It physically suppresses their immune system, disrupts their hormones, and accelerates aging at the cellular level. Boredom literally shortens a cat's life. The signs are subtle. Over-grooming, blank staring, random aggression. Most owners miss them completely. Before you leave every morning, rotate one toy. Put a bird feeder outside their window. Leave a cat video playing. 5 minutes of setup can genuinely add years to their life. And while you're thinking about what's inside your home, mistake number 5 is about something already in your bedroom. Something you use every single night without thinking twice. The bed sharing without checking. This one thing, sleeping with your cat, isn't the problem. The bond is real. The warmth matters. What transfers from your bedding to your cat every single night? That's the problem. Laundry detergent residue, fabric softener chemicals, perfume and lotion absorbed through their paw pads and then groomed off their fur. During sleep, when your cat's body is in full repair mode, these compounds interfere directly with cellular recovery. Night after night, year after year. Switch to fragrance-free, pet-safe laundry products. Add an extra rinse cycle. It sounds like a tiny change. The long-term biological impact on your cat is anything but tiny. And what's touching their paws during the day could be just as dangerous, because every time your cat walks across your floor, they're picking up whatever's on it, and then licking it straight off. The wrong floor cleaner. Your cat walks the floor, then grooms their paws, then swallows whatever was in your cleaner. Phenol-based disinfectants, found in dozens of popular household products, are acutely toxic to cats. Their liver cannot detoxify these compounds at all, and many natural or all-purpose cleaners contain the same hidden chemicals. The exposure is slow, daily, invisible, a little residue, groomed off, repeated every single day for years. Then one day the blood work comes back wrong, and the vet is asking what cleaning products you use. Check every label. Look for genuine pet-safe certification. When in doubt, rinse floors with plain water after mopping and let them fully dry before your cat walks on them. Now, mistake number 7. I told you about this one at the start. This is the one that catches even the most devoted cat owners completely off guard. The skipping the vet. Because they seem fine, your cat looks healthy, eating normally, playing occasionally, no obvious symptoms, and inside their body, kidney disease, hyperthyroidism, early cancer, quietly progressing for months. Cats are genetically programmed to hide illness. In the wild, showing weakness gets you killed. So your cat has been hardwired for thousands of years to appear completely normal until they physically cannot anymore. By the time symptoms appear, weight loss, lethargy, refusing food, the disease has already been building for a long time. The owners most blindsided by a sudden devastating diagnosis are always the ones who said, "But she seemed totally fine last week." Annual blood panels catch what your eyes never will. For indoor cats, this isn't optional. It's the only real window into what's actually happening inside them. But even owners who do visit the vet regularly make mistake number 8 the moment they get home. Ignoring their teeth completely. 80% of cats over 3 years old have active dental disease. And this isn't just about bad breath. Bacteria from infected gums enters the bloodstream directly. It travels to the kidneys, the heart, the liver. Vets call it bacteremia. And in cats, chronic dental infection is directly linked to accelerated organ failure and a measurably shorter lifespan. Your indoor cat isn't chewing raw prey to naturally scrape their teeth clean. Their mouth needs intervention. Dental treats, water additives, or gentle brushing 3 times a week with pet-safe toothpaste. Any of these make a real, documented difference. The mouth is a direct highway to every major organ in your cat's body. Start treating it like one. And if the mouth is the highway, the body is the vehicle. And mistake number 9 is about what happens when that vehicle never moves. 0 physical activity. 16 hours of sleep a day, that's normal for cats. It's the other 8 hours that matter. An indoor cat that never runs, pounces, or plays is slowly losing muscle mass, stiffening their joints, and setting up a metabolism that leads directly to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. The body degenerates faster without movement. Every vet knows this. Most owners ignore it. 2 play sessions daily, 10 to 15 minutes each. A wand toy, a laser, anything that triggers the full hunt sequence. Stalk, chase, pounce, catch. That complete cycle is what their entire nervous system and musculature was built for. Without it, the body breaks down quietly, years ahead of when it should. And while you're thinking about what's inside your home, mistake number 10 is about something already there. Something you've walked past 100 times without thinking twice. The hidden household hazards you've stopped noticing. 1 lily petal, just one. Acute kidney failure within 72 hours. Lilies, pothos, sago palm, Dieffenbachia, common houseplants sitting in millions of homes right now, are lethally toxic to cats. And it's not just plants. Rubber bands and hair ties swallowed during play cause intestinal blockages requiring emergency surgery. Blind cords cause strangulation. Open dryer drums. Accessible toilet lids. Loose plastic bags. Your indoor cat lives inside an environment you designed. Every hazard in it is yours to remove. Walk through your home once. not as a human, but as a ground-level creature who investigates everything with their mouth and has no concept of danger. One afternoon of hazard-proofing could be the single most life-extending thing you ever do for your cat. And the hazards outside the litter box aren't the only problem. Where you've placed the litter box itself, that's mistake number 11. And it's silently damaging your cat's health every single day. The wrong litter box location. You picked the most convenient spot for yourself. Your cat is suffering for it. Cats refuse to use litter boxes that feel trapped, echoey, or exposed. A loud bathroom fan. A closet with one exit. A spot near the vibrating washing machine. Every stressful litter box experience spikes their cortisol, and a cat that starts avoiding the box begins holding their bladder dangerously long. That leads to urinary crystals, bladder inflammation, and blockages that become fatal within hours. Quiet location, low traffic, multiple exit routes, away from food and water. One box per cat, plus one extra. This single change has saved cats' lives. Not dramatically, quietly, over time, which is exactly how the next type of damage works too. Slow, silent, and completely invisible unless you know where to look. And mistake number 13 requires nothing but your hands. Never touching your cat to check their weight. A fluffy cat can be dangerously obese and look completely normal in photos. A short-haired cat can be losing weight rapidly and still look proportional to the eye. Sight alone will betray you. You need to use your hands. Run your fingers along their ribcage. You should feel the ribs easily, not see them. A spine or hip bones you can see means dangerous weight loss. Ribs buried under fat you can't feel means obesity. Both conditions, undetected, lead to diabetes, organ disease, and significantly shortened lifespan. 60 seconds, once a week. Hands on your cat's body. That simple habit catches what monthly photos and even casual observation completely miss. Know what's normal for your cat, because when something changes, your hands will tell you before your eyes ever do. And speaking of checking the parts of your cat most owners ignore, mistake number 15 takes 60 seconds. Most owners have never done it once. Never checking their ears. Indoor cats aren't immune to ear problems. They're just surrounded by owners who never look. Ear mites, yeast overgrowth, bacterial infections, early polyps. All of them begin with subtle signs. A slight head tilt, occasional scratching, a faint odor easily dismissed. By the time it's obvious, the infection has penetrated deep. Deep ear infections cause permanent hearing damage. Untreated polyps grow into the middle ear and affect neurological function. 60 seconds, once a week. Healthy ears are pale pink, odorless, and clean. Dark discharge, strong smell, redness, or swelling. That's a vet visit, not a wait and see. Your cat cannot tell you their ear hurts. They'll just scratch quietly and suffer until the damage is done. Check the ears every week. And what you're putting in their food bowl is doing damage just as quietly. Because the label is hiding the truth. The dry food only. Complete and balanced on the label. Chronically dehydrated cat in your home. Dry kibble contains 6 to 10% moisture. Your cat's natural prey contains 70%. Their kidneys evolved to extract hydration from food, not from a separate water bowl. Their thirst drive is naturally low because nature never intended them to drink independently from eating. A dry food-only indoor cat is mildly dehydrated every single day. Their kidneys work harder than they should. Urine becomes concentrated. Crystals form. Damage accumulates silently and for years until blood work finally tells the story. One wet food meal per day makes a measurable, documented difference in urinary health and kidney longevity. It's not a premium upgrade. For an indoor cat, it's basic biological necessity. And what you feed them matters enormously. But how you serve it might be doing just as much damage. Because mistake number 17 is one of the most common things loving cat owners do: the free feeding all day. The bowl is always full. It feels generous. It's quietly one of the fastest paths to feline obesity and diabetes. Cats are built for discrete meals: hunt, eat, rest, repeat. Their insulin response, digestive enzymes, and metabolic hormones are calibrated for that cycle. Constant grazing keeps insulin chronically elevated. Fat storage increases. The pancreas never resets. But there's a second, equally serious problem. Free feeding makes appetite monitoring impossible. And appetite change is one of the earliest warning signs of illness in cats. When the bowl is always available, you cannot tell if your cat ate less today than yesterday. That single piece of information could be the first signal of something serious. 2 scheduled meals, measured portions, 15-minute window. Bowl comes up after. Metabolism regulated. Health monitoring restored. And the best place to monitor your cat's health isn't the vet's office. It's something you clean every single day and barely look at. Not monitoring the litter box. The litter box is the most powerful health monitoring tool in your home. Most owners treat it as something to clean and forget. Changes in urination frequency, urine volume, stool consistency, straining or elimination behavior are the first indicators of kidney disease, diabetes, hyperthyroidism, intestinal parasites, and urinary blockages. A male cat straining in the box producing nothing is a medical emergency, fatal within 24 to 48 hours if untreated. Know your cat's baseline. How many times per day? How long they typically spend inside? What normal looks like. When anything shifts, don't wait. Call the vet that day. Your cat communicates through the litter box in ways they cannot communicate any other way. Start reading it like the medical report it actually is. And when something does seem off, most owners make mistake number 20. And it's the one that lets every other problem get worse. Treating symptoms instead of finding causes. Cat vomits occasionally. You buy hairball remedy? Cat scratches their skin. You switch shampoos. Cat seems tired. You assume it's age. Meanwhile, food intolerance, environmental allergen, early hyperthyroidism, dental infection draining into the bloodstream. Progressing, untreated, undetected. Taking months off their life while you manage the surface. Indoor cats are completely dependent on you to advocate for their health. They are biologically hardwired to suppress symptoms until they cannot. By the time something is visible, their body has been fighting it silently for a long time. Stop asking how to fix the symptom. Start asking why it's happening. That single mindset shift, from reactive to investigative, is the most powerful thing you can do for your indoor cat's life. And it starts with the basics. The things you do with your own hands every single day. Like mistake number 21. Which millions of cat owners skip because they genuinely believe their cat doesn't need it. Never grooming a short-haired cat because they clean themselves. Short-haired cat, self-grooming, no brushing needed. Right? Wrong. And this misconception is causing real damage. Yes, cats groom themselves. But what they're doing is ingesting loose fur every single day. Without regular brushing, that fur accumulates inside their digestive tract into dense hairballs that block intestinal movement. Chronic partial blockages cause vomiting, appetite loss, and gut inflammation that compounds silently over months. But there's a second problem nobody talks about. Regular brushing is also a full-body health scan. Every session, you're feeling for lumps, checking skin condition, spotting parasites, noticing weight changes. Owners who never brush their short-haired cats are skipping the one hands-on inspection that catches early problems before they explode. 3 minutes, twice a week. That's all it takes. And the last mistake on this list is the most invisible one of all, because it happens in the moments that feel the most loving. Petting them in ways that trigger hidden stress. You reach for your cat's belly. They tolerate it for 3 seconds. Then bite or scratch. You think they're being difficult. They were communicating the entire time. You weren't listening. Cats have specific areas that trigger defensive responses when touched. The belly, the base of the tail, their paws. These aren't random quirks. They're hardwired vulnerability points. Forced petting in these areas activates their threat response. Heart rate spikes, cortisol releases, and even if they don't react visibly, their nervous system is in alarm mode. Repeated unwanted touch teaches your cat that human hands are unpredictable. It breaks trust at a neurological level. Cats who experience chronic forced interaction develop anxiety that manifests as hiding, aggression, over-grooming, and stress-related illness. Let your cat lead every interaction, always. Be honest with yourself right now. How many of these mistakes were happening in your home today? Before you watched this video, the water bowl next to the food, the scented litter, the diffuser running while your cat slept beside it. You didn't know, but now you do. Drop your number in the comments, just the number. How many mistakes you were making before today. No explanation needed. No shame. Because every single person watching this loves their cat deeply and still got it wrong. You know better now. Go fix one thing today. Your cat has trusted you with their entire life since day one. They still do.